Hey everyone, today we're diving into a hilarious story that unexpectedly got Eun-hee so mad. Huang hurriedly apologized, and when he walked back into the room, he was filled with confusion, unsure of how to face the situation before him. Then he realized the uncle had retired in his own way, leaving Huang totally bewildered. He dashed out to seek assistance, but unfortunately, it was already too late. The uncle had already departed. This scene was so shocking that Huang started to panic, fearing he might also retire suddenly. He feared the thought of someday just watching death walk in. That would be a disaster. He turned into a total couch potato, using alcohol to numb the pain, and then Eun-hee joined him for drinks to talk about an outrageous twist. Thanks to Eun-hee's comfort, Huang's fears finally calmed down, and their relationship grew even closer. In the following days, they formed a herbal gathering team, embracing the joys of simple living. They watched movies together and soaked in life, growing closer by the day. Eun-hee's optimism deeply attracted Huang, inspiring him to face his illness with bravery. Huang's humor enchanted Eun-hee, who often held his hand when they went hiking. Eun-hee dropped hints about her lung disease not being contagious, and Huang, getting the cue, leaned in for a kiss. Happiness flooded his heart, and he knew this was love as they strolled hand in hand, chatting sweetly. Their passionate kisses happened frequently, as if entering the forbidden zone of love. But the next day, their escapade was all over the rehab center, leaving the director utterly shocked. The director, worried for Eun-hee, rushed to find her, fearing for her well-being. Eun-hee was so completely smitten that she instantly and unequivocally declared, "I really love him." Later, she took the initiative to find Huang and proposed the idea of cohabitation, to which both of them readily agreed, thereby embarking on a happily cohabitated and harmonious life together. She was aware of her illness yet wanted nothing more than to spend time with Huang. She resolved to help Huang stay healthy, believing that would be the ultimate joy. Huang finally felt love and care like never before. This was his first experience with such unconditional love. Eun-hee's love was so pure, leaving him both anxious and excited about the unknown future. He feared loss and dreaded death, yet ultimately accepted Eun-hee's proposal. They bid farewell to their friends at the rehab center and moved to a countryside little cottage with blessings. Thinking about this sweet upcoming life, Eun-hee felt excitement and hugged Huang tightly. In that very moment, a sense of happiness overflowed within him, as they had finally gained their own little nest, plain though it was incredibly cozy. At night, they snuggled up early and chatted sweetly. The next day, Eun-hee woke up early, cooking breakfast and planning Huang's recovery care. She reminded him to take his medicine on time, exercised with him, striving to be the best girlfriend. With both of them focused on recovery and little income, Eun-hee became the queen of budgeting. She mothered him like a devoted wife, making Huang feel a warm sense of happiness. When Huang returned home and saw a big bag of herbs at the door, he instantly flew into a rage. Eun-hee had braved the rain to gather herbs for saving money, making him really mad. He knew Eun-hee was weak, and this reckless herb gathering could make her sick. It might not be serious, for a healthy person could spell danger for Eun-hee. As night fell, Eun-hee developed a high fever, coughing violently, repeatedly calling for Huang. In desperation, Huang carried her to the hospital, and thankfully, he got her there in time with no major issues. Eun-hee looked at him appreciatively, saying, "Oh, are you worried about me? Scared I'd get hurt?" Huang, caught off guard, replied, "No, I'm afraid I'd break my heart if you got hurt. I used to fear death, but with you by my side, I feel so much better. I hope that in my final moments, I will still have you by my side." Life continued on its path, though not affluent or luxurious. It was overflowing with happiness. With each other's company, they faced sickness bravely. Under Eun-hee's care, Huang's health began to improve. Eun-hee's health condition stabilized, and life began to gradually look more promising. However, just as life was improving, two unexpected guests arrived. They turned out to be Lao Huang's friend and ex-girlfriend, Soo-yeon, here to check on him. Soo-yeon claimed she had never forgotten Lao Huang and came specifically to see him. Observing their current bliss, her eyes shone brightly with deep envy and jealousy. Eun-hee sensed her ill intentions and felt things wouldn't be simple.